So, you've begun practicing magic. Maybe you consider yourself a beginner. First off, what is a beginner as opposed to an intermediate or advanced practitioner of magic? A beginning practitioner of magic is someone who, after creating an intent, manifests their result after some time. To anyone but them, it might as well have been a coincidence if not for the practitioner's intent and practices. An intermediate practitioner of magic is someone who, after creating an intent, also waits for their result. However, this practitioner is receptive to signs regarding his or her working. They focus on the why of their intent and who the forces are that guide them. They might predict when, where, or how their results will manifest. An advanced practitioner of magic is someone whose intent is synchronized with manifestation. Thus, they are as much the product of magic as the magic they perform. As you can see, magic means different things to different stages of practitioner. To the beginner, when things change according to their will, they've performed magic. To the intermediate, when they're able to understand why things change as well as their will, magic has occurred. To the advanced, everything is magic. They can't not do magic. Part 1. What kind of magic do you do? The top of this map represents the goal of union with the divine, or the macrocosm. Some might call this the singularity, but it is traditionally referred to as N.O.X. Before you say, "But we're all one anyway," to be able to understand the concept of oneness is not the same as achieving ascension. The higher you traverse magically, the less of you become. Many are unsuited for this type of egoless work. The bottom of this map represents apotheosis, or complete separation with the all, in order to explore, understand, and exalt one's own oneness. Although this sounds selfish, it is not. In many cases, when people idealize unity, they're actually hoping for this, the expansion of their individual self as the all, not the dissolution of their individuality into nothingness, which is N.O.X. Regarding selflessness and selfness, the deeper one goes in either direction, the opposite becomes true relative to their goal. For example, the exaltation of one's own oneness creates a macrocosmic effect to the individual, so their work becomes a sort of egolessness within the ego. Their ego is actually the protective circle in which they work. If ever the magic of this practitioner gets out of control, all they have to do to neutralize it is to remember that everything is and comes from their mind. Similarly, the practitioner seeking union with the divine is prone to ego inflation as he or she associates the effect of their work with themselves. This is neutralized by remembering that nothing is truly under their control. In other words, that their mind is the result of forces beyond them. While the vertical axis represents the overall magical goal, the horizontal axis represents approaches to practice. If you burn incense, are you doing so for the sake of the incense maker? For something like love or prosperity, whose association has been built upon by history? Is it to honor a deity or ancestors, or is it to symbolize the element earth transcending itself into elemental air? Ask yourself the same question with everything you use. When things don't work for people, it is because there is a gap in personal association. On the left, we have chaos, or rather the act of deconstruction. On the right, there is order, or the act of construction. Thinking things are the result of your thoughts is a type of order, while thinking things are not the result of your thoughts is a type of chaos. The examples of the selfless practitioner and the selfness practitioner gone wrong is due to the fact that they've strayed too far left or right. Everything above this line has traditionally been termed Theurgy or high magic, and was designated as such with the addition of the letter K to magic by Aleister Crowley to make the word numerically synonymous with other words like will and love. He also replaced abracadabra with abrahadabra. At the top left corner belong disciplines of magic such as Tantra and what is referred to traditionally as left-hand path. This category is defined by sometimes unstructured, unpredictable, experimental methods that produce rapid ego deflation for the purposes of union with something greater. At the top right corner belong real yoga, traditional right-hand path practices, and ceremonial magic. These provide structured techniques for gradual dissolution of the ego, including providing worldly service. The former is comparable to burning karma, while the latter, slowly but steadily, accrues good karma. Everything below this line is traditionally termed Thaumaturgy or low magic, which used to be spelled with just a C, but this has evolved since people now spell all magic with a K to differentiate it from stage magic, even though stage magic is not magic, it is an illusion. At the bottom left corner lies modern chaos magic. Yes, this diagram is the eightfold symbol of chaos. This quadrant represents the deconstruction of reality into personal or semi-personal parts in order to work through. At the bottom right corner belongs witchcraft, neo-paganism, demonology, Setianism, shadow work, night side, and other practices that exalt aspects of reality as non-personal hierarchies, entities, and/or deities in order to work with.